Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna De Ninis, and this is Truth Talk for April 15th, 2026. The topic for today is Goodness Will Prevail. So, I talk a lot about the golden rule and how it's crucial for all of us to make the right decisions for really anything that we do in life because everything comes to cause and effect. So, what we put out, we receive, right? So, if you do good, you should receive good in return. Now, sometimes it doesn't come when we want it to come, it comes in divine timing. But the idea is that if you do good, you'll receive good. And the counterpart is if you don't do good, you'll receive that as well in return. So, what I mean by goodness will prevail is, we all are human, we're all imperfect, right? We all strive to be better. And there's good and evil energies. And I equate evil as equivalent to the seven sins of the world. So the seven sins are number one, pride, right? Excess love of self or selfishness. I also call it the overinflated ego. Number two, greed, excessive desire for material wealth. Number three, lust, or I will consider them addictions, intense, disordered, or passionate desire. Number four, envy or jealousy. Number five, gluttony, overindulgence, or excessive consumption. Number six, wrath, or intense anger, rage, or vengeance. And then number seven, laziness, lack of interest, or spiritual apathy. So these are the seven sins of the world, and these sins exist or can partake in all of us, right? We have these energies are very much can manifest within us, right? We all could be capable of the seven things that I just mentioned, but it's up to us to try to not do that, right? That's why we go to religion, we have faith, or we believe in a religion, and we try to do better, and be better and whatnot. And it's because we want to not act out with one of these sins, right? So when you look at it that way, when you look at it as energy and that we all possess it, it means that evil, just as good, excuse me, exists in all of us, right? So it's up to us to decide which one do we want to, you know, promote or work towards having, right? Are we creatures that want to be jealous or envious? Like if we see someone doing good, do we want? Are we going to be? Are we going to feel insecure and think, oh well, I want that for me, and so that person shouldn't have it? Or do we say, well, that's wonderful, good for them, I can also have that too. So it's a matter of choosing, you know, do we want, do we choose good or do we choose, the bad? Do we choose to partake in the goodness of things, or do we take on that evil energy, or do we concentrate on the goodness, right? Now, I'm a believer that no matter what, goodness will always prevail because I think that I have hope for humanity. I believe that at the very core, we wouldn't be here if it were not for love and for creation. And so I'm going to say that God is love, or God, universe, whatever, is love, and that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the goodness that lies within humanity. Now, I'm not going to be oblivious to know, or I'm not going to be, how can I say this? I don't know if it's oblivious or naive to think that there isn't evil and that evil does exist within us, because it does. I just said it did. So, but we have a choice. We have a choice. We have that ability to determine what do we want to partake in. Okay. And again, the golden rule, in my opinion, helps us with all of this, right? Because sometimes we pick up on other people's energies and perhaps their thoughts too. So sometimes you can get pervasive thoughts that you're like, where did that come from? And we all get them, and the best thing to do is just to to send them back, right? And just, that's not my energy. I don't want to, no, I don't want to believe that, or I don't want to think that, and return it to wherever it came from, because evil tends to creep in at times, and it's up to us to be the gatekeeper and say, no, I reject this. I don't want this. I don't want to believe that, because our thoughts have legs. So if we're thinking these negative things, we're going to be taking it on, and we're going to be acting on it, right? So we want to think good things. We want to know that, the universe is infinite, that we have infinite possibilities, that, goodness can exist for others and it could exist for ourselves. There's really no finite end to anything. So we should never have limited beliefs or think scarcity, there's never enough for all of us, or that person has it, I can't have it. That's not true. We can all have abundance, right? And especially if we work together, we can have tenfold abundance, right? So we really have to look at, like I said, these seven sins as an evil energy that can creep in if we allow it. And if we don't allow it, it stays out. And like I said, following the golden rule, putting ourselves in other people's shoes, right, before we make a decision or a choice, right, knowing what it's like to be that person, and thinking not just for ourselves, but for other people, right, and also thinking of the long lasting impact of our decisions, right? Not, if I make a decision today, how will it affect me and others in the future? So this is all, conscious choice made with backed with good intentions, right? And so, like I said, we make so many choices in a day that if we follow the golden rule for every single one of them, we're not only we're gonna live in goodness, goodness will follow us in the right timing, and we're gonna have abundance. And not only that, we're going to live in this energy. We're going to attract other like-minded people that have the same energy. And again, that abundance is just going to magnify tenfold. And if we all take on that idea that, it's not just for me, everyone can profit, everyone can benefit, that's where we pass it on, pay it forward. And like I said, really, some really great change can occur, right? But the issue is a lot of us are stuck. We live in a limited mindset. We're used to things being a certain way, and we think, well, that's where it has to be. And we allow these seven sins to take over us, right? With our, coming from a place of lack or scarcity or jealousy or envy, insecurities. There, these evil energies that reside within us that take hold of us, that if we don't clear ourselves of it, right, we're going to do things that are not with the best intentions, that are going to hurt people. So again, it's about being mindful and knowing we have a choice, choosing good, hopefully, right, over evil. And when we do that, like I said, when we continue to, and I'm not going to say it happens overnight. Sometimes we have work to do, or there's lessons we have to learn. So the goodness doesn't show up when we want it. It shows up in divine timing. But I assure you, if you keep doing good, you live by the golden rule, you care about others as you care for yourself, you respect yourself, and you 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 block out these seven sins of the world in divine timing, you're going to get exactly what you want. And also, you're going to attract like-minded people, and you're going to have even greater abundance. So if there was a, and I don't want to say, if there was a trade what can I say, a choice, a trade-off, or good or evil, I'm choosing good all the time. If I'm making a choice decision, I'm thinking, what is the better choice here? What is the right thing to do? Not just for me, but for other people. And if negative thoughts creep in, I I shut them out. I return them, I reject them, and pray. I praying is good too. It keeps you in a more positive mindset. And having that faith, that belief that in something, I don't care what it is, spirituality or in your religion, as long as it's good, right? We're not saying, oh, I'm going to kill in the name of Allah. No, that's not good. When you do things in the name of religion that are good, right? That's good. There's as long as it's, and if you're ever questioning, like I said, golden rule, put yourself in someone else's shoes. Would you want it done to you? That's a good way of thinking of it. If I make this decision now, is it going to be good for me and others in the future? Right? This is what we should be asking ourselves for every single decision or choice we make throughout the day. And we make many decisions throughout the day. So, and truly, if you stay in that positive mindset, it's choice between good and evil, choose good. If it's a choice between war and peace, choose peace. I mean, I can go on and on of, you know, good versus bad, right? Or what's more right or more wrong. Because I know things aren't black and white, but there's usually a more right or more wrong answer, right? If you look at the facts and you you look at the truth, right? And the truth is the truth, right? And you don't kid yourself or tell yourself a story that's not true, right? If we're living in this illusionary reality, we're not living in the truth. And therefore, that's going to skew everything. But if we face the facts and the truth, and we live by the golden rule, and we make decisions based on the golden rule, and we do not allow the evil energy to creep in, the seven sins of the world, could you imagine the type of world we would live in? It would be incredible, and it's not impossible to achieve. It all starts with our mindsets and the power that we have within to make the right choices with good intentions. Again, choose good over evil, because in the end, I believe goodness always prevails. So I hope you feel that way too. I hope this resonates with you. Um, it's just it's a matter of choice, and we have the power to make those choices. So please choose good. I know I do. I always operate from good intentions. Like I said, I know people don't receive me well. Sometimes I trigger people, and maybe it's because um, I don't know. I know I'm all about the truth and I'm all about making the right decisions, but perhaps it's too much for people. It's if someone's perhaps not operating in the same mode as I am, I suppose it could be a little unnerving, or it could, make people perhaps feel inadequate. And certainly not my intention, but it is a thing, it does happen. And so, mind you, that's not my intention. My intention, I'm just like everybody else. I'm no better than anyone. Okay. I'm a human being just like everybody else. And if I can do it, you can do it. Right? If I can make good choices and decisions, you can make good choices and decisions. This is not impossible to achieve. We just need to catch ourselves when we're operating in that evil energy and refuse it. Or if our thoughts go there, reject them. Okay. Because trust me when I say this, it never goes well when we operate in that evil energy or that lower vibrational energy. It never does, because goodness will always, always outshine the evil. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, I'm sporting again another shirt with Reach, the nonprofit and the support platform. You can go to www.reache.group. That's my website. And on the website, you can join the Reach Facebook group, which is a support platform. You can join the Reach YouTube channel, which has other videos like this. On the website, there will be contact forms that pop up for everything that you click pretty much. This is so that we can stay connected. I promise I will not sell your information. Please fill out all fields because that information gets integrated into MailChimp. And the idea is to put out newsletters in the future, again, so we can stay connected. Reach is also designed to fund impactful causes. The first one is going to be the integrative healthcare cause. And this is something I am passionate about. We're going to, with the integrative healthcare we're going to work alongside Western medicine. And we're going to fund the cause to pay for people's alternative treatments, Eastern medicine practices to help them overcome chronic health challenges. So we're going to help everyone, but we're going to pay for treatments for those that make less than 100,000 on their taxes. Okay. So whether you're married or not, if you make less than $100,000, you would qualify for this program. And we're looking for people. I mean, once we're funded, we're going to be looking for people that are going to be committed to following a treatment plan, and they're going to hold themselves accountable. The A in reach. Whoops, there we go. Accountability. We're going to hold people accountable um, to do what it takes, right? Because if they don't do it, then they won't succeed, and then the program will not work. So we're going to fund and help those that want to help themselves and are going to hold themselves accountable to carry out this treatment plan, right? There's going to be a naturopathic doctor or functional medicine doctor at the center of this model that is going to direct care to other practitioners. So there will be a team of practitioners, maybe up to five, that's going to be working and helping this patient, healthcare consumer, however we want to call it, to overcome their chronic health challenge. So it's all hands on deck to help people get healthy again, right? And overcome their chronic health challenge. So excited about this. Like I said, this is a passion of mine, my purpose, my calling. This is something I'm so excited about. We do need funding. So if you feel moved to do so, if you have the extra resources and you can, please consider donating. If you go to the causes, you can do that on the main page, or you can go to the causes page on the website, www.reach.group. Donate whatever you like, whatever amount. Like I said, if you can, if you can't, it's okay. But that's it. I'm excited about this. I'm ready to get this off the ground because I feel it's so important, because health is the most important thing. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And I think we owe it to ourselves to live a healthy, happy life and to feel good and to be able to enjoy life and to have energy to do the things that we want to do, you know, to show up to work, to spend time with our family. We all are entitled to that. So I want to bring, I want to foster that good health in everyone. And, my motto is heal people, heal the world, right? Um, what a great thing it would be if we were all healthy and happy, right? And being our best selves, right? Without committing any sins and treating people, with respect and care and generosity and, again, just forming this grassroots movement to do good and to feel good, um, to to promote peace and harmony. I mean, what a wonderful thing for to have the ability to do that, to live that kind of life. And it's there for the taking. It's there for all of us. We just have to want it, and we have to take action towards it. And again, we have the power within to do that. So if this resonates with you and you're in the same kind of mindset that I am, please, join the Reach mission, go to the website, join the Reach support group, watch other videos like this, donate to the cause. Um, if you can, very much appreciated. All right. So I'm going to call it a night. Again, this video is not perfect. It's not, I didn't script it. I'm just speaking off the cuff. So forgive me because it's not going to be perfect. And you know what? That's okay because nobody's perfect, right? I might have said the wrong word or might have said the wrong thing, and it's okay. It's okay. My intentions are good. So hopefully you can see beyond the mistakes and forgive it, forgive them and or overlook them, so to speak, because again, my intentions are good and my motive is good. So anyways, have a good night, everyone. Until next time, goodbye.